Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ronni, and if you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. If you've been here before, thanks so much for coming back. So I know it's been a hot minute since I've actually posted anything, and I know that this setup is different than my previous setup, so I hope you like this. Right now, I'm still trying to figure out what my new setup is going to be. And if you don't know, I am actually, the space that I was using to film my previous videos, I'm not able to use that space the way that I used to. So right now this is probably just going to be temporary until I can figure something else out. So let me know what you think about this. I know it's a little bit more casual, a little bit more laid back, but eventually I will have another space to where I can focus on my filming again. But today's video is going to be an eyeshadow palette tutorial. Now, some things have been going on, and I'll explain those changes in an upcoming video. I don't know right now that I can actually talk about it. It was pretty serious, but anyways, I'll talk about that in an upcoming video. But today's video is going to be over my Jaclyn Hill eyeshadow palette with Morphe. If you see me looking this way, I'm actually looking at my monitor that I use for my videos, just making sure that it's not freezing or anything, because it does have a tendency to do that. This is not going to be a first impression. I have actually used this eyeshadow palette a couple of times now, and I've had it probably about a month or so, and I was really excited to get it. I did get mine at Ulta, and it was around $34, $39, I believe. But it's just a tad dirty. So as you can see, it does say this palette is dedicated to all my loving subscribers, XO Jaclyn. So Jaclyn Hill used to be the very first person I used to watch on YouTube. And when I found out that she was coming out with a eyeshadow palette with Morphe, I was beyond excited. But for one reason or another, I just wasn't interested in it at first. The colors, didn't really speak to me, and every time I would go after it, after I seen some of the looks, it would really never be in stock, or I could never really get a hold of it. Because up until about a year ago, maybe, the closest Ulta to me was probably about 2, maybe 3 hours away. Well, they actually just built an Ulta probably about 45 minutes or so away from me. So I have been down to the Ulta closest to me a few times now, and I really do like going down there. And I seen this palette, and I was either going to get it or the James Charles palette. And I ended up getting this one. So as you can see, the names on this palette is not right in here. That's one thing I don't much care about it. And they're on the back, but not on the front. Now you do get a slip, but the slip doesn't have anything on it either. Because what I was going to do is I was actually going to take the slip that had the names on it and just tape it up here. But I'm really, really liking this, and I'm really wanting to try. The looks that I have done have been more of a neutral look. But I'm very interested in trying some of these brighter colors, like the green or the blue and purple out. Really interested in trying those out. So what I'm going to do is I am going to prime my eyes. And I usually use an e.l.f. concealer or like a Wet n Wild concealer, just whatever I have. And today I am going to be using the e.l.f. HD Lifting in Fair. So this is what it looks like. And this is the mirror that I'll be using because my other mirror is a little bit too heavy for me to have to sit and hold. And I almost always usually set my concealer with a eyeshadow from the palette that I'm using, and that's what I'm going to do today is just, ooh, almost dropped it. And I know my brushes need cleaning horribly. That'll probably be something I do later today. If you'd like to see a video of me cleaning my brushes, just let me know. I don't care bit to do that. But a concealer to me is just as good as an eye primer. I don't usually go out of my way to buy an eye primer. I usually just use a concealer that I already have laying around, especially if it's too light for me or something. I'll just use the concealer. And just excuse the hair because I took a shower earlier and I was letting it air dry, and then I had to go somewhere and I just threw it up in a bun, and I'm calling it good for right now. So the one thing that this palette doesn't have is a mirror, as you can see. But other than that, I really do like them. And the other thing too about the names on the back is that it doesn't really correspond with the eyeshadows on the front. So as you can see here, this is the darkest color, Abyss. But when you turn it around, and I just stuck my finger in the bright green one, you'll see that it actually lines up with the green color. So there's that, and then you turn it around, and it's the green. So the shadows is actually, like the names are to me a little bit backward on the back. But anyways, we'll go on. And my daughters were playing in my brushes, so that's why they are dirty, because they was trying to put on eyeshadow and things. But I'm going to start with the ones that I always use, which is from the Vintage Cosmetic Company. These came as a set from BoxyCharm a few months ago, and ever since I got them, I have been using them for almost every eyeshadow look. But the color I think I'm going to go in with is going to be this color here, which is that right? Pukey, I think. Yeah. I think it's called Pukey. I'm not really sure. But as you can see, just dip my brush in there. And there is a bit of fallout with it. So I don't know if that is like a deal breaker to some people. To me, it doesn't really bother me because I always put on my eyeshadow before I do any foundation or anything like that, just to be on the safe side. But I will put this in the crease, and then I also just put it all over the eye, the lid as well. I don't know why I do that. Sometimes I'll do that and then it will look fine, and I'll just do like a one or two brand or a shade and be done. So I think I just do that just be if I'm in a hurry, it's already done, and just kind of go on. But that's just my personal preference. So as you can see, the shades, or yeah, the shadow is blending out really, really good. It's not really patchy or anything. And they don't, these shades, they don't give me any problem with the pigment. I mean, they're very, very pigmented, which I do like. I just take mine, and then I'll even go above the crease too. Just popping my brush off. And the next shade I think that I'm going to go in with is going to be this color, which is Mocha. Just to kind of, oh sorry, this here, just to kind of deepen everything up. And then I'll probably go in with the, really like the blue, so I'll probably do the blue and try to so it is laying up pretty nicely. Like I said, I'm still not the greatest at blending eyeshadows or anything like that. I did just start YouTube, as like a little hobby. to kind of inspire other people. But I have a video of that up already that I'll just link. Okay. I'm just using the same brush from the Vintage Company. This is step 1 for the money. The other 2 brushes are step 2 for the shadow and step 3, go girl go. So those are really, really cute. And I will clean the mess up before I put on foundation and things. Got a new foundation that I'm going to be using. So that's going to be a separate video filmed after this one. So I'm basically just leaving the eyelid completely, just leaving it alone. Trying to stay kind of in the crease and just get it darkened up pretty good. So I just cleaned my eyes up a little bit. The blue that I'll be using is Twerk. And it's like a deep navy, like a royal blue color. I'm not really sure, but it's absolutely gorgeous, and I'm really excited to play with it. And what I like to do is, it's kind of like a shimmery shade. It's not really a matte. The other 2 I used before were matte shades. I'm just going to take it on my finger and spread it on my eye. I find that for myself, shimmer shades are better applied with a finger rather than a brush. Don't usually have very good luck with shimmer shades on brushes. It may just be the set I'm using, but that's just how I prefer to apply the shimmers, and I don't usually use any setting sprays or anything like that. So I'll go ahead, and this is the first time I've been using this shade as well. And that is what it looks like. So I'm just going to hopefully put this all over my eye and have it looking decent. I'm trying to match my shirt that I do have on. That's why I decided to use that. So when you first put it on, that's what it looks like. Right now I'm just kind of blending it to make sure there's no harsh edges. And I know this is a mess. I will clean it up, I promise. I'm just going to go ahead and do the other eye, and then I'll be right back. Alright, so as you can see, I did go ahead and finish my eye makeup for the most part. Put on some eyeliner and some mascara, and I haven't done my eyebrows or anything yet because I will be doing another video after this. But so far, I really like this look. I don't usually use like the brighter eyeshadows with browns or anything. I don't usually use bright eyeshadows. It's just not something that I typically go for. But since I have um, gotten this, you know, there's some gorgeous, gorgeous shades in here. I really do like this palette. As you can see, the pigmentation is there. I may have to get a different brush for the shimmers than what I have been using. So if you know of a good shimmer brush or one that puts shimmer on really, really well, comment down below because I have been looking for one. I typically use e.l.f., Morphe, Wet n Wild brushes, but you know, I don't mind to splurge a little bit if the brush is really, really good. But I hope you like this tutorial. Let me know what other looks you'd like to see with this. I have been thinking about using some of the greens that we do have here. The blue and the purple are, especially this purple, especially now that we're in the spring, I probably will be doing some springier, brighter eyeshadow looks, because I do have a couple of Wet n Wild palettes that have some pretty bright colors in it. So subscribe, hit the notification bell if you want to see those tutorials. But thank you so much for hanging out, watching the video. Hope to see you in my next one. Bye.